Good morning, student. Today we are going to study part third of the control and coordination. In the previous two parts, we have studied about neuron structures, reflex actions, brain part and their functions. And in this part, we will study about the endocrine system. Particularly, we will study different endocrine gland inside our body and different hormones secreted by that glands and their functions. As we know that in our body, control and coordination occurs through the nervous system and endocrine system. Nervous system we have studied in the previous two parts, in which we studied about the neurons and parts of the brain and how they function. Now in this part we will study second part, that is the endocrine system. First we have to know what is the endocrine system. Endocrine system is a chemical messenger comprising feedback loop of the hormones released by the internal glands of organism directly into the circulatory system, or in simply we can say it composed of the several endocrine gland. Endocrine gland secrete its products directly into the bloodstream. Now, as we know that there are the two type of the gland, endocrine gland and exocrine gland. Endocrine gland are those glands which are the ductless and they secrete hormones directly into the bloodstream, while exocrine gland, there is the duct by which they secrete the hormones, for example salivary gland. Now, as we know that the endocrine gland secrete the hormones. Now, what is the hormone? Hormones are chemical messengers secreted in very small amount in endocrine glands. Hormones is mainly composed of protein. Hormone assist the nervous system in control and coordination, and they act on the target tissue or organ usually away from their sources. Endocrine glands in human beings. In this picture you can see the different endocrine gland and location of endocrine gland inside our body. In this picture you can see there is a different type of the endocrine gland which secrete the different hormones. We will start with the from head. There is the presence of hypothalamus, which is the also part of the forebrain, and there is the pineal gland. After, in the lower side of the pineal gland, there is the pituitary gland, which is also called as the master gland. And inside the front of the neck there is the thyroid gland, and below the thyroid gland there is the thymus gland, and there is the pancreas, which also act as the endocrine as well as exocrine gland. And there is the one pair of the adrenal glands above the kidney, and there is the presence of the another gland, testes, in case of the male and ovary in case of the female. All the endocrine glands are same in the human being, except that is the testes present in the male and ovary present in the female. Some important hormones secreted by different endocrine glands are: first is pituitary gland. It secretes the hormone named as growth hormone. Its function is to stimulate growth in all organs. Second gland is pineal gland. It secretes melatonin hormone. Its main function is to sleep and wake cycle inside human being. Third is thyroid gland. It secretes thyrocalcitonin hormone, and its function is to regulate metabolism for the body growth and calcium level in the blood. Fourth is adrenal gland. It is present above the kidney and it secretes the hormone adrenaline. It regulates blood pressure, heartbeat, carbohydrate metabolism during the emergency. Pancreas secretes two hormones, insulin and glucagon. Its function is to regulate blood sugar level inside the body. After that, the testes, which secrete the testosterone hormone. Its function is to development of the male's accessory sex organ and help in the spermatogenesis. Then ovaries secrete the two hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Function of the estrogen is to development of the female sex organ, regulate the menstrual cycle, etc. And function of the progesterone is to support the pregnancy. As we have studied about different exocrine glands and hormones secreted by them and their functions, now we will study disease associated with the deficiency of hormones. First is deficiency of iodine, as iodine is necessary for the thyroid gland to make the metabolism, and iodine deficiency causes goiter. It can be treated by taking iodinized salt. Second is growth hormones. If there is the deficiency of these hormones in childhood, it leads to the dwarfism. Third is the deficiency of the insulin. It causes diabetes. It can be treated by injection of insulin hormone. Feedback mechanism. The excess or deficiency of hormone has harmful effect on our body. Feedback mechanism makes sure that hormones should be secreted in precise quantity and at right time. For example, feedback mechanism to control the sugar level in blood is as follow. In this flow chart you can see when there is an increase in blood sugar level, then it gives signal to pancreas to synthesize the insulin, and insulin cause the sugar level to fall in the blood, and then this signal goes to by the feedback system to the pancreas, and pancreas gives signal to stop secreting more insulin. So by this feedback mechanism, blood sugar level maintained in our body. Thank you.